Minecraft kids content. A bit of a hot topic nowadays because of how gross and exploitative a lot of it has become. But it starts in the scene were truly innocent and legendary. At the start of Minecraft, kids content was simply just let's play videos, turning then into pranks and mods, and today it's turned into the disturbing and brain rot kids content that we all see. So let's go back and look at some of the creators who got us to exactly where we are today. Starting off with Ethos Lab, a YouTuber who is still posting videos to this day and basically invented Redstone as we know it, with his first ever video dropping way back in December of 2010 and then changing the Minecraft scene quite literally forever. This is the story of Ethos Lab. On November 12th, 2010, he uploaded a video called the Minecraft Boat Dispenser. Now, if you're familiar at all with Minecraft, chances are you know about Redstone. It's been used to create some of the craziest Minecraft inventions ever, and some players don't even bother to touch it because it's just too complex. However, for Ethos Lab, Redstone meant unlocking an entirely new way to play the game, and he created a bunch of machines that have become legendary in Minecraft's history, like his advanced transportation system, mob system, and so much more. Etho was truly from the start a pioneer of the game as we know it today, with some people even quoting him as the literal inventor of how we use Redstone to this day. But a month after he had appeared onto YouTube, Ethos surprised everyone once more by posting the start of a Let's Play series.
Hello everyone, my name is Etho, and this is my new Minecraft world that I've started. Lately I've been having a lot of people asking me to make a Minecraft Let's Play series, and I thought, hey, may as well try it, see if I can do it, and see if people like it.
Now, Let's Plays at this time were basically unheard of, and Etho had never used his mic previously, but the decision led him to earning the title for the longest running Minecraft series, posting nearly 600 videos to it at the time of recording.
Hello everybody, this is Etho and welcome back to another episode of our Let's Play series. Woohoo!
This world was Chocolate Island and was absolutely filled with those famous redstone builds that he was becoming known for. His deep understanding of Minecraft and the mechanics of it truly set him apart from other people at the time. He knew the game better than anyone else and went into his Let's Plays expanding upon that understanding rather than simply learning how Minecraft worked like a lot of other YouTubers did. But Ethos Lab went through quite a few variations, and if you were to watch a current video of his Let's Play, you'd realize things look a lot different. So what happened? With the official release of Minecraft in 2011, they introduced a ton of new changes to the game. They added entirely new terrain to the game and broke a lot of the features of Chocolate Island that Etho was previously using to produce his videos. So deciding it was for the best of his Let's Play, Etho began Season 2 on episode 105. Ultimately, this allowed him to have access to all the new things in the official update, and he used it to the very fullest potential, creating the man cave that many fans still know and love to this day. It's also the reason why he's been able to continue this series for 400 episodes and beyond, because he's able to keep this original base and consistently build new things around it.
Hello everyone, this is Etho. Did you miss me? Did you? Come on, it's okay, you can admit it. Just say it. Say it. Say it! Say it now, come on! Say you missed me, do it now!
However, during this expansion time, Etho wouldn't stop being the pioneer of Minecraft, because he would also expand into a new territory that not too many creators had yet: multiplayer Minecraft. While SMPs are considered standard in the Minecraft community today, they were an entirely new idea back in 2011 when the game started out. If you wanted to play with friends, it meant sharing your IP address through something like Hamachi, but luckily for Etho, there was a server releasing soon that would change everything. Introducing Minecraft. Though its glory days are now long gone, in its peak, it was absolutely massive. So many popular creators eventually became a part of Minecraft, and it's considered to be the origin of basically all future SMPs. Think Hermitcraft, Dream SMP, Lifesteal, and really anything else that can come to mind. Minecraft began as a single player series where it would eventually become modded and open to a few select creators who they thought would be good. And of course, who better than one of the first ever Minecraft YouTubers, Etho Etho Slab. Etho joined in 2013, season 3 of Minecraft, and became known for being part of Team Canada with Pause Unpause and Vintage Beef. Team Canada was known immediately for the pranks that they would play, and it helped that Etho was so well versed in Redstone. A lot of big creators joined during this season, with one of them being the creator of Hermitcraft, which Etho is still actually a part of to this day, but we'll talk more about that in a bit. From here, he also became close with Doc M and Seth Bling, and began appearing in their videos as well. Etho Slab was blowing up. His innovation and drive to keep expanding the Minecraft scene was working to say the least, because Etho hit an insane milestone, being 1 million subscribers only 2 years after his channel was made, which I am trying to hit 100,000 subscribers, so please do drop a sub if you're enjoying the videos. But 1 million subscribers for Etho was saying something, because if you look at his channel, you'll realize that he doesn't really follow the rules of YouTube like we're used to seeing. He doesn't have special thumbnails, his titles aren't clickbait, and he's generally been doing the exact same thing for 14 years. He even was using the same microphone for so long that he literally had to glue it together. However, as time went on, Minecraft started to become less popular, and Etho realized that his future wasn't on the server. And as creators began to leave, Etho found himself feeling like it was no different than just a single player Minecraft world, and so he eventually left as well.
As many of you have probably heard, I'm not an official Minecracker anymore.
But despite all of this, Etho continued to grow and even had an in-game item made for him as an April Fool's joke. Mojang released the Etho Slab for Java 2.0, crafted from 3 TNT blocks. When it would explode, it would drop anvils on players, similar to the way Etho is known to try and kill people in Minecraft. Honestly, that was super cool to see Minecraft themselves giving a shout out to one of their biggest pioneers in the scene. But Etho was not planning on stopping here. Near the end of 2014, and as Minecraft Season 4 started up, Etho started one of his most renowned series known as Terra Firmacraft.
Well, hello everyone. This is Etho, and welcome guys to a new series that we're starting today. Surprise! This is Terra Firmacraft. Terra Firmacraft. It's a modded version of Minecraft. I've always been very curious about this mod, and it wasn't until the other day I saw Pack and Arcus playing it, and I finally... Oh, look at that mountain over there.
TFC was based around making Minecraft more realistic, and it forced players to start from the ground up instead of having access to everything right away. Etho also started expanding his content with other games like Terraria and Ark, which helped him to really cement his place as a personality rather than just a Minecraft creator.
I like turtles. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Ark Survival.
Though, for most who are familiar with Etho, 2015 sparked the beginning of a new SMP that he's still playing today. That, of course, being Hermitcraft. Hermitcraft is an SMP server that was founded by Generic B in 2012. Similar to other SMPs, it's also split into seasons where the world is reset at the beginning of each one. It was inspired by Minecraft, where Etho had just come from, so it seemed like the perfect next step. And to make things better, the server was focused primarily on building and creation, meaning it fit Etho's needs perfectly, and he ended up joining in 2015 for Hermitcraft's 3rd season. However, in 2017, Minecraft as well as Hermitcraft sort of hit an unexpected roadblock. The game was undergoing a lot of change, and Etho felt like the server had lost its original vision that he was there for. Due to the server having been so long established, and with Minecraft continuing to add quality of life updates, the game was becoming easier and easier, almost to a fault. Something clearly had to change. So Vintage Beef, Doc M, BOO, and Etho formed the new Hermit Order, abandoning the developed area and moving over to what they would call the NHO jungle.
Another one kind of done. Oh, that melted instantly, didn't it? I have to be very careful when I break anything by water, because I can... No! 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 No!
However, it was after this season that things started to look concerning for Etho for the first time in his career. He wasn't involved at all in Season 6 of Hermitcraft and just started uploading less and less. His Vanilla World Let's Play saw less videos uploaded than ever before, and fans were wondering if Etho was ending his career for good or maybe just taking a step back. But as time went on, Etho continued uploading less videos, and with him being completely gone from Hermitcraft, people began to wonder if if he was doing alright. Unsure exactly what happened to Etho during the time, it seemed like things were okay. Etho just came back in season 7. Many people reported him seeming much more energetic than before, and while he was uploading less, it was nice to see him surrounded by other content creators that he considered his friends. It's possible during this time he just hit a wall of burnout, similar to how we talked about Dan TDM in the last video. Now, for the foreseeable future, all was looking up. Etho saw his channel gain over 150,000 subscribers in 2020, and 2021 was great too. He kept posting on Hermitcraft along with his own series, but 2022 was a whole different story. This year was extremely difficult for Etho, and family health emergencies prevented him from posting, tweeting out saying, "Episodes are going to be infrequent for a while longer. My parents have been having health issues and I've been spending a lot of time helping them with things. Not much time to record lately." A few months later, after being late to season 9 of Hermitcraft, he revealed that his father was actually struggling with cancer. Luckily, he had built a great community and his fans totally understood the needed time off. But crazy enough, as we said to start this story, Etho is still posting to this very day. In 2024, over 14 years after his first upload, Etho hasn't changed much at all beyond a better mic and maybe a new editing software. With season 10 of Hermitcraft starting up and him still creating Let's Play content, there's no telling where Etho's lab will end up in another few years. Because simply put, he's still killing it on YouTube. He's also managed to avoid drama completely, which is saying a lot in the Minecraft scene. And it seems like he's not done yet. He was Minecraft's first YouTuber to really innovate the space, but he's still pushing forward every day. Unlike Stampy though, who ran one of the best kids content series of all time, but sadly brought it to an end.
Num 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 num. Lee Bear, hit the target's to-do list. Get milk.
So this is the story of the least hated Minecraft YouTuber in history. This is the story of Stampy Cat. Stampy, whose real name is Joseph Garrett, was born on December 13th, 1990 in Portsmouth, England. Growing up, he had a huge interest in video games and storytelling. You can actually see it translate into his videos too, because at the start of his channel, he only ever played narrative games, such as Journey, Ico, Shadow of the Colossus, and even Nintendo games like Breath of the Wild and Super Mario Odyssey. But what I bet you didn't know about Stampy is that he didn't actually start YouTube by making Minecraft Let's Play videos. Stampy Longhead isn't even his first channel. You see, it actually started with the first channel named Stampy Long Nose, which he created on August 3rd of 2006, literally less than a year after YouTube was launched to the public. Stampy was one of the most OG YouTube content creators of all time, and with that, you could tell his motivations were different from a lot of creators today. His love for creating videos wasn't necessarily motivated by profit or so that he could become famous. He was just doing it for the love of the game, which at the time was just producing whatever felt fun to him.
Are you surprised at how popular you've become?
Of course, especially as it was never a business plan of mine. I did it as a hobby for years without any thought whatsoever of doing it as a job. It was only when it started to become popular where I saw there was an opportunity.
Stampy's video production was basically non-existent at this time. It was all purely just for fun, without this idea that it could ever be a career path. There were no ads back then or monetization for YouTube, and the company wouldn't launch its partner program until the following year in 2007. So until a year later, there literally wasn't a way for him to be making money off of this. It was purely just a passion project. Stampy at the time, like most people, was just dumping on YouTube what he thought was funny, like live action comedy videos and real life skits with his friends. But because of university, he had to switch over to doing Let's Play videos instead of what he was doing back then. Then through his Let's Play videos, he was actually able to leave his job at the local pub and start earning minimum wage while living rent-free with his parents. Even today in 2024, that's a dream for a lot of young creators. And at this time, making even minimum wage by playing video games online was absolutely insane. I mean, almost nobody thought this was possible, so to hear about it was just crazy.
I've been able to quit the pub, and now I play Minecraft as a full-time job.
How much are you making out of it?
I don't want to say any exact figures. It's tough. It changes every month. The views go up and down. The amount the advertisers are paying goes up and down.
He used to have Let's Play content on his Stampy Longnose channel, but he eventually deleted them as he moved on to his new channel, Stampy Longhead. When Minecraft was launched in 2009, Stampy was one of the earliest players who saw the true potential in the game. He says he could see potential in what, to non-gamers, looked curiously retro, like a two-dimensional Lego with clunky janky graphics that could hardly compare to high-spec games like Call of Duty. But the thing was, Stampy noticed the game was addictive. To help his path moving forward, Stampy was actually studying in the TV and video production field already. So naturally, he was a step ahead of most people when it came to creating videos online. Most people have absolutely no experience when it comes to that, so having any background helps a lot. But his career wouldn't be smooth sailing the entire time. We'll get to that again in a bit though. In 2013, Stampy had been posting videos for quite some time. He was really hoping to make it a successful career, and he just wanted to be able to sustain something that he found a ton of enjoyment in. In that same year, he made the best decision he could ever make in his entire life, creating one of the most iconic Minecraft series of all time, Stampy's Lovely World.
Hello, this is Stampy Longnose, and welcome to a new Let's Play of the Xbox 360 edition of Minecraft. This is going to be my first ever time playing Minecraft. I mean, I've seen quite a few videos of it online and stuff, the Yodcast and that. This is going to be my first ever time stepping into the world of Minecraft.
At the time, Stampy didn't know that he had just created a generational series that would soon touch the hearts and shape the childhoods of millions of children watching him. At the start of Stampy's Lovely World, he said he didn't want to play Minecraft just because everyone was doing it already and end up following the crowd. He said he just wanted to play Minecraft and make a small series about it, just for his own fun. Once again, we noticed that seemingly was the thing that separated him from the very start. He truly just loved what he was doing, and the audience can tell. Unlike most Minecraft Let's Play creators at this time, Stampy was one of the few people who played on the Xbox 360 version of Minecraft, which was actually missing quite a few features. Basic stuff that we all know about, like hunger, wasn't even in the game, and it lacked a lot of polished features that were in the PC version of the game. In January of 2013, before he would deal with any real drama or issues, Stampy would meet and collaborate with one of his now best friends, David, better known online as iBallisticSquid.
Run back, run back, run back. Oh no! The pit was here! You dropped me down!
I do it.
Oh no, get back!
Wait,
Go get it. I already pretended to throw it. Oh, you gullible squid. No, you're not dead.
Them meeting would soon lead to the creation of the Magic Animal Club, which is a collab channel between the two creators. The following year, Stampy would start to collaborate in YouTube videos with his now wife, Kai Garrett, known to the viewers in the videos as Squishy Quack.
But enough about us. How's your day going?
How's it going?
Having a good day?
Yeah.
We hope so. We do hope so.
We do.
Hope you're having a good day. What did you have for lunch?
Oh yeah, they haven't had lunch yet.
Oh, they're not had lunch. Well, some of them have.
Some of them.
Yeah. What do you have for breakfast? That's a safer
Yeah,
question.
but I'm not talking to some of them. I'm talking to.
Oh, that
No.
one. Oh,
Yeah.
that one, yeah. Oh, no, they have not had lunch yet. No, they
No.
haven't.
She also would go on to launch her own channel that became extremely successful. In just over a year of launching the Lovely World though, Stampy would gain an insane 2.3 million subscribers and almost a billion long-form views as of April 2014, making him one of the top 10 most viewed YouTubers of the year. His career was off to the best start that it possibly could be, and it would continue just like that for quite some time.
I think I'm slightly unique in terms of how focused towards kids I am, but I'm not the only person doing this. There is a huge community, possibly bigger than any other community on YouTube, playing Minecraft, as well as loads of other games as well. I'm not a unique case by any stretch of the imagination. Oh, the first one.
That should be part of the business
Well,
plan.
no, I mean, in some ways, I do things differently, but I'm not a pioneer in that sense, in terms of I was inspired by people doing this before me. I've just done my own twist on it.
At the end of 2014, Stampy would announce his partnership with Maker Studios. This partnership was big for Stampy because it started a brand new series called Wonder Quest.
Hello, this is Stampy, and welcome to my new channel, Wonder Quest. Get ready for exciting adventures as I team up with my new friend, the Wizard Keen, to save the town of Wonderburg from the evil Wizard Heenus.
Stampy's Lovely World was still running and only growing bigger and bigger as the days went by, but having these side projects seemed to keep him passionate about this whole content creation thing. The debut of Wonder Quest was on April 25th, 2015. In this TV series show on YouTube, Stampy defends Wonderburg with the help of a guy named Wizard Keen. I Wonder was also a series of short educational videos with an animated Stampy that ran alongside Wonder Quest. Due to the show's popularity, a second season was even created, and debuted in 2016. But why was everything working out so well? Very few other creators in 2016 were as popular in gaming as Stampy was. I mean, just think about it. It was 8 years ago and gaming on YouTube was not as big as it was today. But it's honestly not too complicated why Stampy's success was so big. Stampy was entertaining and family friendly, something that most YouTubers didn't pay attention to back then.
Sorry for organising my videos for next year. I got some nummies which will be eaten on the train tomorrow. I got some perfume. I got some socks.
Tower of cakes.
Got a tower of cakes. Here you go. Wait, what's that? Here we go. Okay, ready?
What are you gonna...
Eat the cake! Eat the cake! Eat the cake! Eat the cake!
Combined with his super upbeat personality and storytelling, it's not exactly a big surprise that he basically was able to raise a generation of kids with his videos. He would also often explain what he's doing to his audience while he's playing the game, which in a lot of ways made his audience like him even more. They could improve their own gameplay and go test out new building techniques after watching an episode of The Lovely World.
I guess I just make everything just a bit bigger and brighter than it normally is. I come up with stories within the game, I give people lots of ideas for things that they can play with their friends, and I just talk about the things that the children are interested in.
With Stampy's ever-growing success and popularity, it seemed like nothing could stop his lovely world from taking over the entire Minecraft YouTube scene. But that nearly wasn't true. There was a controversy that, if handled poorly, could have resulted in the end of Stampy's career for good.
But he harassed multiple women, stalking them. Now, guys, if this happened in the Call of Duty community, everybody would be talking about it. But we know from the Basher situation, when things like this happen in the Minecraft community, nobody says a word. Everyone's too afraid to get caught up in drama when there's all these children at risk of being around a pervert like this.
On the 3rd of August 2015, several news publishing sites, particularly the Daily Record, would publish a very controversial piece regarding Lee Carson, also known as L for Lee, one of Stampy's closest friends and someone who is in every single video. Lee Bear was faced with allegations of misconduct, including using a fake Facebook profile to harass underage girls.
Then L for Lee went on to lie publicly about the allegations in YouTube videos and taking zero accountability for the harm done to the victims. Lee saying anything you hear about him being a lie was a lie itself, and he told the truth to Squishy and Stampy at the time. Stampy responded to Squishy's comment with a heart.
And there's tons of videos about this on YouTube, so I'm not going to go too deep into it, so I'd suggest you check those out if you want to learn more. This is obviously a massive problem, especially since Stampy considered Lee one of his most trusted friends and actually his right-hand man. However, Stampy knew that he couldn't just let things slide or ignore it, especially when millions of children all over the world are watching his videos. Action had to be taken. And so Stampy addressed the situation with care and sensitivity the best way he could. He chose to handle the matter in a way where his audience wouldn't have to know about the terrible things that Lee did. After all, a lot of his audience were probably between 8 and 11 years old. So Stampy created a storyline within the series itself to explain Lee's departure as part of the story and not because he's a criminal. This approach helped Stampy maintain the kid-friendly aspect of his videos and shielded the viewers from the specific details.
Oh, you've got a book for me. Okay, Lee Bear's passed me a book. What does this say? Dear Stampy, I'm afraid to tell you that I am leaving. I have been your #1 helper for years, but I feel like you no longer need me. I am going to travel across the world looking for people that need help. I will also try and track down Hit the Target, so you and your dogs will be safe. Thanks for all the fun, Lee Bear.
Parents, of course, appreciated the way it was handled as well. Nobody needs their kid watching their favorite YouTuber and hearing all about a criminal case. Stampy honestly handled one of the worst possible situations in the best way possible. After L for Lee's departure, Stampy's lovely world continued to evolve and grow. Although Lee's case really took a big toll on Stampy's growing channel, he still managed to introduce new characters and storylines to keep the series fresh.
Busy. So, have you been living in my lovely world for a long time then? Because I've not seen you around here. So, do you have like a house in my lovely world? Is there like a place you live? Do you want to show me where you live then, Fizzy Elephant? Because I am rather curious as to kind of where you showed up from. And don't get me wrong, I'm glad you're here. You certainly seem to be a very fun guy to hang out with. But I am a little bit curious as to who you are and where you came from. So.
And now Stampy had dealt with a huge controversy, had a massive YouTube channel, and was making tons of money. Things were looking great. Now it was just a matter of whether or not he could sustain it, and he did for quite a while, getting up every single day, recording Minecraft on his Xbox, telling crazy stories, and actually building an entire storyline on his lovely world, which I actually have an entire video about the entire lore and storyline about his lovely world. It's on screen right now. You'll be able to check it out after this video, which I definitely recommend you do. Stampy's lovely world would continue to run for 9 entire more years, with over 800 episodes and over a dozen Minecraft YouTubers as his helpers. But like all good things, Stampy's lovely world must come to an end. On October 23rd, 2023, Stampy uploaded the final video of the series, marking the end of an era and the end of one of the most legendary Minecraft series on the platform.
In a way, we've both grown up together in this place, and we've changed in that time. And it is sad to be saying goodbye to my lovely world, but I think it's the right moment to do it. Our time here has helped make us who we are today, and who knows what's going to happen next in our lives. So, for the final time, from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.
Reading from the comments alone, you can see just how much Stampy's community really loved him and his series. For a lot of people, it's probably not much, but to them, and maybe even you watching, Stampy's lovely world defined their generation and was a huge part of growing up. But where is Stampy now? What is he up to, and is he still posting videos all these years later? Well, he's doing alright actually. Probably better than the last time he posted a video about his channel dying. In his previous video about his channel dying, Stampy mentioned how he noticed that his views were dropping.
First off, let's answer the question in the title. Is my channel dying? So my channel is dropping in popularity. I mean, if you just look at it in terms of the views on videos, you know, you can see that, you know, 2 or 3 years ago, you know, my videos would be getting millions of views, and now, you know, they're, you know, if it's a Minecraft video, it might be getting 500,000 or less, and then other series even less than that. So, you know, my channel's getting less views. I never like using the phrase dying.
He also points out that he does care about his views dropping and recognizes that even if people say they don't care about the views, there's a part of everyone that actually does. Because after all, they're content creators and they rely heavily on the views to be able to have it as a career. But just a day after ending Stampy's lovely world, Stampy posted a 40-minute long video discussing what's next for him and the real reasons why he ended the lovely world when he did after so many years. One of the key aspects he mentions, as you might guess after 11 years of doing something, is the simple lack of motivation.
The reason I'm deciding to end it now is the question that I'm going to be asking it. So, like, the one big key reason is very simple, probably the one you'd expect, and it's just kind of a lack of motivation. And that isn't to say that I haven't enjoyed like the recent like videos that I've been making. Like, my motivation always kind of goes in waves.
He mentions how for the last 11 years he didn't make any attempt to change his format. I mean, let's be honest, after a decade of creating projects, fun challenges, stories, and everything else, it's due to get stale. There isn't infinite ideas that will keep it feeling refreshed and fun. Stampy himself admits that while he liked doing what he did for Stampy's lovely world, he didn't want his career to just be another nostalgia trip. He wanted to be known for more than just being a nostalgic creator who was great back in the day. He wanted to keep pushing forward.
I don't want my career to be like looking backwards at like, hey, do you remember that, and repackaging and kind of just reminiscing on those old times. Like, that isn't interesting to me. So I guess like one of the things that I really want to make a point about is that the Stampy that you have seen, the Stampy that you have been aware of, like the YouTube persona of Stampy, is really only just a small percentage of me.
For Stampy, there's tons in his life that he wants to pursue outside of YouTube. He has dreams and aspirations that he still wants to achieve, and because of that, he doesn't want to feel caged in a box where he can only be Stampy Cat for the rest of his life. Many people have talked about if Stampy had fallen off, and even Stampy himself admits that he really wasn't trying to make videos that would perform well. His passion for it seemingly just fizzled out a little bit. Ending the series was just one way to take away people's big expectations from him, which is one of the things he was also worried about. So what's next for him if not YouTube? I mean, he even said it himself. He has dreams and aspirations outside of YouTube. So recently, he spent a considerable amount of time working on something that might excite his long-term fans. His Minecraft series might have ended, but his career in video games has not. On May 22nd of this year, he announced that he's been working with 4J Studios, the original developer of Minecraft for consoles.
Just me as a personality, I feel much more suited to kind of this sort of environment than I am doing what I'm doing now, speaking in front of a camera, because I always love doing the videos. But like, say for like a Lovely World video, my favorite part, and I've said this before, is always the designing phase. Is like if I'm designing a mini game and I spend 1 or 2 days like designing it and testing it and trying to make it as fun as possible, and then we do the video and then I edit the video and I enjoy that side as well. But my favorite part is always just kind of chilling out and just kind of trying to solve a bunch of creative problems.
According to Stampy, he's been involved in some of the creative decisions in the upcoming game that 4J is developing, and he's gonna be the bridge between the players and the developers. Maybe Stampy's even gonna be a character in the upcoming game. We don't know, but that'd be pretty cool. One thing though is for sure, whatever Stampy and 4J Studios are cooking for all of us, I'm pretty excited. But to truly understand Stampy's impact to Minecraft Kids content, let's go back and take a look at his lovely world and the full story of it. Stampy loads up the world and makes his first shelter in this cave. Now it's time to build his house, the same one we all know and love, but hold up, you can craft cakes?
Num 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 num.
You can also tame dogs, and Stampy would do that from the very start. Meet Gregory. Stampy goes to build a storage unit, and Gregory's dead. Already. He was shot by a skeleton, or maybe someone else. No, a skeleton. Stampy needs a new friend though, and he adds his first helper, Crimson Azoth. They build the house up more, and Crimson himself is the builder of the Love Garden. Stampy adopts a dog named Cedric and also a dog named Barnaby. Let's skip ahead to the next helper. Ank55 shows up and is helping Stampy with the first ever minigame. Stampy also has 12 dogs now. I don't know how it happened. So we've seen a couple people already. However, nobody will change the next decade for Stampy as much as this person. Here we have Hit the Target. Coming in as Stampy's newest helper. Basically, right away, he starts putting signs down that say loser and point right at Stampy. Stampy didn't pick up on that one somehow, but to reinforce the point, Hit the Target had 2 dogs in a cage and wanted to make an evil dog army. So what will Stampy do? A, attack him, B, confront him, C, save the dogs, or D, just act like nothing is going on and it's a cool helper that's building cool stuff with him. Yeah, he did that one. Stampy carries on and adds Longbow X99 to the world along with X Breadstick. But here we get to the true start of something amazing. The first ever minigame is done. It's a golf course and the funland we all know and love is created. Stampy decides his mega mansion isn't mega enough, so Hit the Target, who's still a helper for some reason, helps Stampy extend it. But suddenly, one of Stampy's dogs named Guilty Bark is killed. Hit the Target is to be blamed for it and is exiled from Stampy's house. And it's peaceful for now.
World. And what an especially lovely day it is in today's lovely world.
Not so fast. Amy Lee 33 somehow joins the server. No invite was given and she leads Stampy to a sign. The first of many signs we're gonna see. The sign warns Stampy that Hit the Target is going to attack him. And he does just that, killing X Breadstick. Yeah, I forgot he existed already too. One of Stampy's dogs dies and Stampy ends the battle by killing Hit the Target. And I mean, that's the end of Hit the Target, isn't it?
There he is, I can get him. Don't you dare hit the target. There it is. There's Hit the Target right there. It's got to be Hit the Target and...
that's the end of him for sure. Stampy celebrates Christmas, meets Henry the Snow Golem, and Fred the Friendly Enderman. The mobs, dubbed as Googlies to Stampy, wish him a happy holiday and are sorry for the trouble that they caused that year. In comes...
Lee Bear.
They build a Creeper Coaster roller coaster, and then Eyeballistic Squid shows up. Stampy makes a waterfall so he has a better view, and then has a nightmare. A sign becomes clear in his vision. Revenge will be mine, dash Hit the Target. Stampy wakes up and hopes it means nothing. Surely nothing, right? He builds Googlies Manor and Crystal Waters, and then the helpers put on a play to celebrate all the progress they've already made. Stampy creates a secret base under his house in case that nightmare was real and Hit the Target is somehow still alive. He also gets this pet chicken named Esther. Drop a comment for Esther, not enough love given to this little man. Stampy's dog Cedric dies, and while building the grave, we catch a glimpse of a ghost. The ghost of Hit the Target himself. Stampy heads to the Nether for potion materials, and here we are. What I'd say is the real beginning of this story. Hit the Target had been sent to the Nether after being killed, functioning as a hell of the lovely world. Hit the Target explains that he isn't evil and is trying to save Stampy's dogs from Stampy because of how many are dying on adventures. Stampy apologizes. He didn't know Hit the Target's intentions were so pure. So pure that Stampy decides to give him a tour of his entire house, even the secret base designed to keep him away. No worries though, Stampy and Lee build minigames and even a rocket ship. Stampy then flies the rocket to the moon.
Okay, here we go. I can hear the engine starting. There's the thrusters and we've taken off. We have launched. Goodbye, lovely world. I'll see you soon.
Stampy arrives and sees 2 figures, known as the Lunar Friends. They eat lunar cheese. That's pretty much all that there is about them. Stampy's Hot Buns is founded, and to celebrate the grand opening, Stampy gets his dogs, but soon finds that they're all trapped in Hit the Target's house to make that giant evil dog army that he wanted. Maybe Hit the Target isn't so pure?
Hit the Target's to-do list. Steal Stampy's dogs. Take over the world. Get milk.
Stampy finds Hit the Target, but he escapes, frees his dogs, and moves on with things. This is gonna be a battle to last a century though, because only a week or two later, Stampy needs a cake, bakes one for himself, and decides he needs more. Bake another one. What if he goes back in time before he eats the one that he just made? Oh, yeah, no, that makes more sense. So he makes a time machine, goes back way too far though, is attacked by dinosaurs, and freezes himself back to current day like Captain America. He sees Hit the Target again, and this time traps him in a jail cell. Stampy still can't believe his helper was such an evil villain. Oh, he's gone again. Hit the Target just vanished out of the jail cell. Stampy, Lee Bear, and Amy Lee all built shops, minigames, and have a good time for quite some time. Stampy repeats his morning routine every single day until one day, on his way to the doghouse, he sees the two aliens from the moon, the Lunar Friends. They had followed him back home in their UFO, but it needs a cake to fuel it. Stampy fuels up their UFO and gets a golden apple from the Lunar Friends. This golden apple is essential in a second, alright? Crimson has now left the lovely world, so after meeting Hilda the Iron Golem, Stampy changes what was Crimson's room to a room for Hilda and Henry.
Through this way, and oh look, they're all growling, they're all getting all agitated. They keep doing this recently, they keep getting really annoyed. There's got to be something happening in my world which is upsetting all of my dogs.
And there was. He goes to sail the SS Stumpy for the first time and quickly finds that Hit the Target has a boat of his own. They have a boat battle, but it's a 2v1 since Lee is with Stampy, and together they make Hit the Target walk the plank, now believing they've defeated him. Christmas time! Stampy adds Santa to the love garden and misspells his name. He spells it wrong every Christmas episode, by the way. Santa crashes in Stampy's backyard and is super ill. Luckily, Stampy has the golden apple I told you was important, and boom, he's healed. Santa then hand delivers a gift, a diamond pair of boots separate from Stampy's classic iron ones, and these are for special occasions only.
Let's see whether they fit me. Oh, they do look good. I like their color. The color does look good. Oh, they're comfy as well. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk up and down and try them out. You're always told to walk up and down when you're in shoe shops trying on shoes, so I'm going to do that. They're comfy. They're all like padded and furry on the inside. Very nice Christmas boots, aren't they?
But in classic Stampy fashion, he needs to expand his vehicle arsenal, now building a submarine. Days go by of building, and it's finally time to go for a ride. They find a cave to go explore, and guess what? Hit the Target is there holding a bow straight at them. After walking the plank, he became a man of the sea, making a base down under the surface. Stampy, as he previously has, finds a brand new Hit the Target to-do list. Hit the Target vanishes, and Stampy is left very, very confused. But it's minigame time. Stampy hosts tournaments, Lee Bear's helping with everything still, and Fear a Dub is added for a little bit. Stampy though realizes it's not fair Lee and him only have one cake to share each morning, so they go downstairs to the cloning machine. The cloning machine works on the cake, so logically...
I think it's worked. I think I've managed to successfully clone another Stampy cat.
Somehow nothing strange happens, and he just goes on with the day. The Stampy clone rides off into the distance, and Stampy gets to work on a brand new shop. Alright, deep breath, it's about to get intense. Stampy goes to build a spa, sees a figure in the distance, and you guessed it, it's Hit the Target. Lee and Stampy ambush, but mess up somehow. Stampy mid-chase meets his clone again, and the clone tries to help him. Lee Bear kills Stampy's clone, thinking it's an enemy, but good news for us all, Stampy's clone has already killed Hit the Target. Stampy soon realizes that was a clone and not the real Hit the Target, so Stampy checks the clone room for Hit the Target and is left with yet another sign. The sign says, "Your dogs will one day be mine." The Caring Cat Clinic Hospital is founded, and Stampy cures a villager who he names Harrison. Fred the Friendly Enderman gets a bedroom, and Harrison gets a surprise party for his brand new house that Stampy built him. Now it's time to build the fire station. Oh wait, Stampy ran out of black wool. Better go find some. Uh-oh, that's Hit the Target in a hot air balloon. Stampy flies up though in his own, and they agree to duel on the bridge. Hit the Target is sketchy as always and won't drop his bow, so he's knocked off. All leading up to a super confusing moment.
Oh, he's fallen down, and whoa! What was that? Something just picked him up. What was that thing? Whoa, look at it go! I think that was the UFO. I think that was the UFO that my lunar friends live in.
Why would the Lunar Friends help Hit the Target? Or were they capturing him? Welcome, Squishy Quack. She's a duck. All the helpers in Stampy build a playful Popo station, a shark minigame, a bank called Piggy Bank, and apparently had pigs stealing carrots from the bank. They build a school, celebrate Halloween, and meet Harriet. Not Tubman, just the villager. One day in the not too far future though, we wake up to something a bit new.
Gone on a picnic holiday somewhere very far away. I left your favorite food in the chest. The bear. Okay, has he left me a cake? What? He hasn't even left me a cake. He left me a cookie? left me a cookie. Since when was my favorite food a cookie? But Lee Bear's gone away on a picnic holiday.
Stampy then goes days and days without hearing from Lee, all up to Christmas Day where his bear friend is nowhere to be seen. Stampy checks all of his presents. He got one from a friend named Choo Choo, iBallistic Squid, and the final one said from an old friend. Stampy opened it and it had hit the target inside. He jumped out to attack Stampy but somehow vanished. Stampy isn't giving up this time though. He needs to know the involvement of the lunar friends and what on earth is going on with Lee Bear. Stampy ends up trapped in Hit the Target's castle. Lee Bear is also being held captive, forced to bake cakes for Hit the Target, and Barnaby is here too. Hit the Target demands Stampy to pull a lever that will release lava to kill everyone inside, meaning Lee Bear and Barnaby and himself. Luckily for Stampy though, the lunar friends appear and distract Hit the Target. Stampy breaks the iron bars to let Lee and Barnaby escape. The lunar friends were apparently tricked by Hit the Target, and Stampy understands, forgiving them and celebrating Christmas. Everything is normal for a long time, a very long time. They simply build mini games, have fun, enjoy the world they've created for themselves, and build shops. Until one day, Stampy finds a cake lying on the ground.
Tastes a little bit different to the ones Lee Bear makes. Let me go. Oh, it's just there's a weird aftertaste to it. It's okay. It's quite tasty, but it's actually making me. I think it's making me a little bit sleepy. I'm getting a little bit tired, and it just makes me. I think I just want to fall asleep.
Upon waking up, Hit the Target tries to drown Stampy. With a near escape, Stampy realizes Hit the Target's castle is right across from his funland, so he runs back home as fast as he possibly can. He checks on his dogs and every dog is there, besides one, besides Barnaby himself. Within a few weeks, Stampy will find Barnaby in a cage with lava all around him. Stampy frees him, but for the first time ever, Hit the Target does something seriously bad, lighting Stampy's house on fire. Stampy contacts Beat the Heat fire station, and Lee Bear immediately runs over to put out the fire, but in the chaos, Hit the Target had escaped once again. It felt like we were living in a loop that would very soon break with one of the most unexpected twists yet. Lee gives Stampy a book saying that he's leaving. I'm afraid to tell you that I am leaving. I have been your #1 helper for years, but I feel like you no longer
need me. I am going to travel across the world looking for people that need help. I will also try and track down Hit the Target, so you and your dogs will be safe.
Just that fast, Lee was gone, never to be seen again. He left the recipe for the cake, but Stampy wasn't able to make it quite the same, it seemed. Things were really tough for the first time yet. Stampy works to move on, and while going to the doghouse, he meets Viva Dash, a new helper he'll bring to play a minigame with him and Rosie that day in the Funland. Viva, when he met her, was holding a poison potion, which was a bit odd, but Stampy just needed some new friends. It goes a couple days, and Stampy and Viva are becoming close. They're gonna build a vet together. That is, until Viva doesn't come into Stampy's room this day. He goes to build it on his own, but she soon appears, making him follow her all the way to Hit the Target's lair. And this is where Stampy will realize he was betrayed yet again. Viva and Hit the Target were working together. They spawn the Wither to kill him, and Stampy is left alone.
If I can get on top of the castle, I think I might have a chance of being able to defeat it, but I'm getting stuck here, and who's that?
That is William Beaver. They defeat the Wither and go back to Stampy's house. It turns out William Beaver had lived in the cave where Stampy spent his first ever night this whole time. Losing Viva and Lee Bear was super rough, but William Beaver would agree to be a new helper for Stampy, and all was restoring and becoming balanced yet again. Stampy, with the restored balance, is able to build some cool stuff, even making a teleporter, which is how he plans to get to his funland every day. And back we are again to Christmas time. Stampy went to the doghouse but saw colored wool that led to Santa and a new reindeer he hadn't seen before. The two of them were in trouble. They had lost all of the presents, so Stampy helped them find them, and they all went to the North Pole together. Eating dinner together, Stampy asked Polly the reindeer to stay in the lovely world, and Polly agreed. Welcome Polly the reindeer as Stampy's newest helper. All is normal, and Stampy, William, and Polly race to the Funland. Stampy takes the teleporter to get a head start. The teleporter, though, brings him to a dungeon with spiders, so he retakes it, now sent to a parkour room with falling lava. He escaped the parkour, but was teleported now to Hit the Target's fortress. Stampy breaks the teleporter so it couldn't be used by Viva Dash or Hit the Target, and sneakily runs back home. And he catches them right in the act.
Look, there's Hit the Target and Viva Dash. I think they're trying to push my dogs into the teleporter. That must have been what their plan was.
Stampy luckily scares them away and saves his dogs yet again. It seems peace at last was coming for the lovely world. Hit the Target had been defeated again, and he had 2 new helpers who were absolutely awesome. Stampy was excited every day to build something new. But sadly, this was really the beginning of Hit the Target's reign. Stampy and the helpers go mining, but William is acting odd. Not much to think of it in the moment. Later though, he heads to the doghouse where he finds his helpers in a trance sliding the dogs around. He immediately thinks it's Viva and Hit the Target's doing, but on the way to their castle, he notices a super weird structure on top of his lighthouse. He finds a contraption called the Brainwave Transmitter. He checks all around the machine and finds the name of his 3 Minecraft helpers, William Beaver, Squishy Quack, and Polly Reindeer. He breaks the machine and Polly helps him switch the names to Mind Control, Hit the Target, and Viva Dash. They then find them running and Polly starts throwing snowballs, which Hit the Target thinks are snowballs of doom since he's mind controlled. Viva and Hit the Target book it back to their castle, and Stampy would have a moment to rest.
To Stampy, happy birthday from Fizzy Elephant. Who's Fizzy Elephant? I've never heard of Fizzy Elephant. This seems to be a birthday present, but it's not my birthday. This is a bit of a surprise. Well, I guess I should open the present up and see what's... Oh, hello. You must be Fizzy Elephant.
Stampy just got another new helper, the dream team of Polly Reindeer, William Beaver, and now Fizzy Elephant. Stampy celebrates and is soon preparing for the grand opening of the Fancy Pants restaurant. When Stampy gets to the restaurant though, he realizes it's all been changed to red and black, showing Hit the Target is going to attack soon once again. He charges the castle, confident as can be. He's going to attack first this time. This is the first time Stampy had the edge, but quickly it changed when Viva Dash hurt Stampy and healed Hit the Target. Stampy ran back while being chased, fought them off, and was safe to see another day. They build a cinema, a game called Enderball, a film studio, the helpers put on a movie, they make a coffee shop, a shark minigame, a sky-high restaurant to be able to see the whole world, and a ton of more games, and even a jewelry store. Stampy then surprises Polly with a brand new house, and as we've seen before, there's always calm before the storm.
And I think it's an absolutely amazing addition. And oh, what's that? Is that some sort of beacon or something? What's that weird noise it's making though? What is that thing? And oh, there was an explosion. There was an explosion from inside of the house. And look, there's something in the sky.
Stampy then stacks blocks up to the beam machine in the sky and flies it over to Hit the Target's fortress. He fires it and destroys the whole thing. Stampy famously says he thinks that it could be it for Hit the Target, since his base is now completely gone. So wrong he was. Because a few days later, playing their new minigame, the helpers are kidnapped by Hit the Target and Viva Dash. Luckily, Stampy broke them free again. They celebrate another Christmas, and Polly is allowed to stay for 1 more year and then needs to return to her duties with Santa. Years and years now into Stampy's lovely world, he looked over everything. The good times, all the buildings, and everything that was created. And of course, Hit the Target just has to show up. Stampy is able to actually kill him this time, but Barnaby himself is dead. The dog from day 1 Stampy has kept safe is gone. But not for long. Viva Dash rewinds time with a time control machine, and this means Barnaby lives, but so does Hit the Target. Fast forward some mini games and fun times had, Stampy was going to the skyscraper to show it off, and his voice is suddenly cut off.
And then the only other dog is of course Barnaby, and
Hit the Target was there, and we hear him speak for the first time, but it's through Stampy's own voice.
Hello, Stampy. Surprised to see me? I wouldn't do that if I was you. You're going to want to hear what I have to say. You may never speak again otherwise. This place that you have righteously named Stampy's Lovely World is neither lovely or yours. We all live here, yet you try and control everything. A block isn't broken or placed without your permission, as you order around your slaves to build whatever you want. No wonder your old slaves never return.
Hit the Target explained his whole issue with Stampy, but to no avail. They went down the tower, and soon William Beaver and Polly Reindeer attacked Hit the Target, and he was forced to retreat. Hit the Target would be seen a couple days later, saying he needs to free this world, and now his motive was the clearest it had been yet. He really thought that Stampy was the evil one here. Stampy and the helpers build restaurants, shops, and mini games, knowing it isn't over but having a lot of fun. Stampy, coming up on Christmas morning again, returns to the clubhouse to celebrate, but oddly enough, a friendly Hit the Target and Viva Dash are there, not attacking him, just holding a cake. He asked them to eat the cake and soon realized that they couldn't. They were robots. Stampy went to the doghouse to check in on the dogs and was trapped by the real Hit the Target and Viva Dash. A robot robot version though of Polly Reindeer comes in from nowhere and scares Viva and Hit the Target away. Now, if you remember, Polly was supposed to be given back to Santa this year, but luckily Santa is willing to take the Polly robot to work for him and leaves Polly to be with Stampy in the lovely world. A key moment though, a moment of friendship breaking through rivalry, was right around the corner. The doghouse has every dog besides Barnaby, so Stampy, as he does, goes to the fortress, rebuilt as new. Stampy falls into a trap, and Viva Dash herself falls into the same one. They agree to make a truce to both escape. They help each other for the first time since she betrayed him way back when. Viva helps Stampy get Barnaby back and make sure Hit the Target doesn't know she's helping him. The weird part though, the next time they meet, Viva would be just as evil as she always had been. But now, let me speed this up for you. Stampy finds a weird portal door. It leads to a mirror dimension with different dogs, different helpers, and soon finds a way back. Hit the Target and Viva are stealing his dogs, but are stopped with the help of a clone Stampy. He celebrates by building the windmill and a few minigames. But here we are. In the Nether, Stampy has a weird occurrence happen. It turns out Stampy's account was hacked by no other than Viva Dash, the redstone genius herself. As he approached the doghouse, Hit the Target spotted him and they got into a battle. However, Stampy got kicked out of his world, sending him back to the main Minecraft menu. He loaded back in, but all of his dogs were gone. Luckily for Stampy, William Beaver was there to help and they chased the enemies away. Polly snuck into the fortress and used the computer to get Stampy's Minecraft account back. But this was one of the scariest attacks Stampy had seen to date. Finally, years and years after the beginning, William Beaver and Stampy go and search for an in portal to finally kill the dragon, mainly just to get Elytra. Hit the Target attacks with the darkness machine, but the attack is quickly resolved, and it is once again Christmas in the lovely world. Always a truly wonderful time of the year.
I am going to go and deliver a Christmas cookie to Santa, and I'm going to do it as a surprise underneath his Christmas tree, and then hopefully he'll be happy opening presents in the same way that we are all happy opening presents in our worlds.
With the plan in mind for this year's holidays, Polly and Stampy fly off to the North Pole. They distract Santa and sneak in the chimney to give the gift. Somehow Stampy loses the cookie, so he bakes Santa a cake, and they're back off to the lovely world to deal with some more inevitable attacks. Stampy plans to throw a party at the Fancy Circle Park to celebrate his lovely world. But while going there, instead of helpers, he sees Hit the Target and Viva, and they're at the Circle Park with a bunch of dogs. Stampy sits Barnaby and goes to interrogate them. Suddenly, the dogs attack Stampy, and he realizes that they assembled a dog army of their own. Yep, Hit the Target's very goal from the literal first day had been accomplished. Stampy and his dogs kill a ton of the enemy dogs, but Stampy after the battle realizes that 3 of his died. Benji, Corey, and Fluffy all died in the battle. Stampy grieves, but needs to make sure Hit the Target can't clone any more dogs. So he finds the original in the clone machine, tames it, and names him Secret. Stampy builds a memorial for Benji, Corey, and Fluffy, and Secret becomes one of his main dogs that he brings around the lovely world. Now, the question really is, when will there be a true conclusion to the battles with Hit the Target? Well, we're getting there, but there needed to be more road bumps for it to get smooth. He traps Hit the Target a few days later, but all of his dogs were stolen yet again. He tries to hunt them down, but is kidnapped along with Polly and William. Hit the Target runs away and blows up Stampy's bedroom to build a room for him and Viva. He officially claims he rules the lovely world once and for all. Quickly denied by Stampy, and him and the helpers pull off a super sneaky plan and make Hit the Target have to retreat yet again. Now, it was time for Stampy to rebuild his bedroom and redesign it, being the first time ever since the start. But coming up on 10 years exactly in the lovely world, we got an explanation on the reality of Gregory's death. Remember? The first ever dog that was supposedly shot by a skeleton? Stampy is led into a lower part of Hit the Target's castle, where Hit the Target explains with signs that Stampy is gonna be here forever, has finally gotten all of Stampy's dogs, and that Hit the Target killed Gregory all of those years ago.
One final thing, I killed Gregory! What? I thought Gregory was killed by a skeleton. And oh look, is this meant to be my house? And that's meant to be him, and then the bones, Gregory. I can't look. I gotta press the button. And oh no, I'm into darkness. And the spiders. Oh no, the spiders. There's a spider spawner right here. All of the spiders are attacking me, and I'm stuck here in the minecart.
Stampy was in a bad place, physically in the spider trap, and of course just hearing his dog was killed by Hit the Target was terrible for him. He manages to escape and finds Barnaby after a while. Barnaby has a green potion bubbles all around him and had dog herding sounds, but Stampy assumes it'll be okay. Stampy, staying positive, builds the 10-year anniversary monument, but when he next visits the Love Garden, it wouldn't all be so positive. He's greeted with 3 signs that say Barnaby has been poisoned, he will slowly die, come to my castle for the antidote. It's a super long journey and a lot of explanation, but basically Hit the Target wants to run the world and in turn will unpoison Barnaby. Stampy counteroffers with the Funland, and Hit the Target is more than happy to take the Funland as his own. Thus comes Hit the Target's Funland. Stampy, while building new games outside
outside of his actual Funland kept seeing Hit the Target and Viva playing his games wrong, copying the designs and just making it a mess. With that, he had to start scheming how to get the Funland back in his control.
If I take over his castle and then say, I will give you your castle back if you give me the Funland back, I feel like he can't say no to that trade. Like, he's got to care more about his castle than my Funland.
With the plan set in motion, he moved into the castle. Fizzy alerts Stampy that Hit the Target has arrived, and the plan works, but only for one reason. The reason being, it's Christmas Day and Hit the Target is feeling a bit nice. Stampy plays some games Hit the Target made and realizes how bad he was at making games. Very glad to have the Funland all back to himself. Now, this next event would lead up to one of the biggest fights we've seen yet. Stampy finds Viva and Hit the Target in his love garden, and across the last weeks, he's been getting splashed with dozens of potions. Stampy, though, thought it was his friends messing with him. Soon, Stampy realizes they were all part of this plan to make him super weak. Stampy is brought back to the castle, but somehow with all of his dogs, he kills Viva and Hit the Target. He destroys their beds and sends them back to the original spawn point of the world, which is the igloo. Stampy gets his loot back and uses the anti-aging cream they had in a chest. It restores him to full health from all the negative potion effects, and he gets home with a crazy decision in mind. Stampy had seriously changed as a result of all of this war. And what a decision that was. Stampy adding the people who had attacked him for 11 years straight to the love garden.
I am going to add them to my love garden. And the reason for that is something that I've learned today is that fighting to counter fighting just creates more fighting and hurt. And the only way any of us can win is if they change. I need to show them love, not hate.
And with this, he hosts the very final minigame tournament. The final minigame to ever be played in Stampy's lovely world, and it was all coming to a nice, lovely ending for a lovely world. Until the final day. Stampy decides to add 58 new people to his love garden. He's gonna take Barnaby for a walk, and on the walk stops at the post office, greeted by a whole bunch of letters. The final of which reading, "To Stampy, we should talk, your place, Hit the Target." Stampy was confused. Was Hit the Target trying to make peace, or was this yet another scheme? He sees him on his balcony, but remembers way back to the beginning of the whole world. The only way they could work out a real conversation was in the Nether. He doesn't want to solve things over signs. They go to the Nether and Stampy sits down Barnaby, entering the portal to a trap. Hit the Target has stolen Barnaby yet again, and Stampy is left to fight mobs. Luckily, his helpers soon arrive and they escape. Just in time though for Hit the Target to escape with Barnaby. Stampy has a rooftop fight with Hit the Target, but there's no shot he could win. He's at 2.5 hearts the entire time. All he can do is run to the castle and hope to save Barnaby. As we've seen, he finds him in a cage, above lava and in danger once again. Hit the Target and Viva are on the balcony, and Stampy makes the biggest decision he's ever had to make.
You know what? I've put Barnaby in mortal danger one too many times. Don't do it, Hit the Target! You don't need to. Your evil scheme has worked. You can have it, all of it. If you don't hurt Barnaby and let us go peacefully, Stampy's lovely world will be no more. It will all belong to you. I will gather up my friends and I will leave everything we built to you. It's not worth staying here if that will put the ones I love in danger. That would be selfish. I'm proud of this world we built, but it doesn't define me. I'm ready to move on to something new. And Viva Dash, what about you? You don't have to stay here with him. You're welcome to join us. We would want you to join us. What do you say?
Viva, though, makes her decision to stay on the team of Hit the Target. Of course, Hit the Target takes the deal, but after all this, Stampy wasn't able to keep the world he spent so long creating. But that wasn't important to him. Looking back, it was just the helpers, the pets, and the memories that truly define the lovely world. So, Stampy gathers his pets and says the final goodbye, leaving the world he spent over a decade on, just in time for Viva Dash to decide to join him on the new journey.
Everything I said back there was entirely true. This world really does mean a lot to me, but not as much as you do, or any of the other friends I've made here. Hit the Target may have taken the things we built, but he can't take the memories we've made. In a way, we've both grown up together in this place, and we've changed in that time. And it is sad to be saying goodbye to my lovely world, but I think it's the right moment to do it. Our time here has helped make us who we are today, and who knows what's going to happen next in our lives. So, for the final time, from the bottom of my heart, I want to say Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.
But another staple in Minecraft Kids content that we can't forget is Dan TDM, a guy who innovated the scene to insane levels and somehow avoided any controversy. Dan TDM, or earlier as the Diamond Minecart, was born on November 8th, 1991 in Hampshire, England. Yes, the place that New Hampshire was named after. Due to his father being in the military, Dan moved around to 10 different schools during his confusing childhood, and partly due to this, was painfully shy, growing red whenever anyone tried to talk to him at all, and with that he struggled to really make any friends growing up. This became especially difficult after his parents' divorce. Dan, once more, moved to another town with his brother and his mom, but this turned out to actually be one of the best things to happen to him.
For some reason, this time was particularly scary and I was painfully shy and straight up missed my dad. At the beginning, it was very hard to make friends when I was so shy, but eventually met a small group of people who would stick with me for a very long time, and I also met a very pretty girl named Gemma, who unknown to me at this time would eventually be the girl that I would marry.
At this new school, Dan was able to find his love for video games, music, and drawing, and he even formed connections with a small group of friends through this. He and his brother and their best friends also at this time decided to start a band. Dan's personality started to finally show up, and he dyed his hair nearly every color of the rainbow as we now know him for. Even better, as he said, Dan met his future wife Gemma at his school, but they didn't really grow close until a few years later. He was slowly beginning to come out of his shell and set himself up for one of the most successful careers on YouTube that we have ever seen. However, it was during these college years that he discovered the Pokemon trading card game. He fell in love with it immediately and found that he was actually really good at the logic part of the game. It gave him a sense of validation after struggling throughout school and began to travel across Europe, playing in a bunch of different tournaments for this Pokemon trading card game. Something that most people had never even heard of, he was so good at that he was competing. This love for the game continued further than just these tournaments, leading him to create the channel Pokemon Dan Level 45. His videos on this first ever YouTube channel focused mainly on the game, discussing new cards that were being added, metas in the game, and more stuff, just all about this one game he was really good at. This was his real start on YouTube and the internet as a whole for a true Minecraft legendary story that was yet to come.
I was really into Pokemon cards, but I used to, instead of collecting them, I actually played the game. Like, not many people knew how to play the game. So I actually played it, went to tournaments, all that kinds of stuff. I was able to get a sponsor to like fund the travel buying the cards, and that's where I made my Pokemon Dan Level 45 channel, which is the one before the one that is my main channel now.
Combining his love for the game and expressing himself creatively online, Dan used his degree to his advantage, doing all of the graphic work like thumbnails, and then also all of the production like music and editing for the channel, all by himself. But no offense to Dan, of course, it wasn't exactly high level production. Just take a look at the content that he started out with.
Hi again, it's Dan.
And Gem.
And we're going to be opening 3 different packs today. We've got Undaunted, Majestic Dawn, and Rising Rivals.
As you might guess, it didn't need to be the highest quality content because this was almost 15 years ago and YouTube was a completely different platform than it is today. His channel though, despite the lack of quality as we know it today, started to take off and gain some serious traction. And with that success early on, he created the show called Pokemon Dan's Poke Class.
In this video, I'm going to analyse the card with its possible plays in the current rotation and possible decks that this card could be teched in.
Through making so many of these Pokemon videos, Dan grew more comfortable with himself, and suddenly it seemed like at the age of 19, he wasn't that same shy guy that he once was. He was genuinely getting really good at this whole Pokemon YouTube thing that nobody around him really understood, but he knew had potential. And to mark this occasion of significant improvement, he posted his first ever video with him actually being shown in it.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Poker Class episode 38, which as you can see, brings the beginnings of bringing you the show in an entirely different format. First off, you're able to see my face rather than just hearing my voice, which will hopefully make the episodes a little bit more casual and easier to listen to.
Up until this point, it had all been faceless content with his voice in the background, kind of like you're watching right now. But it was finally time to do a face reveal on his Pokemon channel.
While Dan did love Pokemon and the channel that he had grown around it, there was no competition when his brother introduced him to a little game called Minecraft. Dan was hooked instantly, and the two of them would play together for hours on their Xbox. In fact, Dan loved it so much that he created an entirely new YouTube channel dedicated to just Minecraft videos, calling it, as you might know, the Diamond Minecart. On July 24th of 2012, this whole Minecraft journey started. Although, if you went searching for it, you wouldn't actually be able to find his first ever video that he posted on this new channel. Dan soon deleted it from the channel completely, funny enough, saying that it was due to him swearing within the first 3 seconds of the video.
And the reason you can't see it anymore is because I swore in the first 3 seconds.
Hey everybody, this is Dan and Ryan from the Diamond Minecart, and today we're going to be playing Welcome...
In its place is Pokemobs, conveniently combining two of his loves into one, Minecraft and Pokemon in the same video. This was a dream for Dan and just the start of what was yet to come.
Hey everybody, Dan here from the Diamond Minecart, and today I'm starting a brand new adventure, which is Pokemobs. So I'm really excited about this mod. I love Pokemon, as you may know if you've seen my other channel, and yeah, this just adds a lot to the normal Minecraft survival game, and I'm going to play through it.
Dan, now the proud owner of two somewhat successful YouTube channels, still managed to work part-time at Tesco and still somehow attended university. Simply put, he just didn't really feel comfortable quitting his job, and despite him hating the degree he chose more and more each day, he knew that it was almost over and he would be able to focus on YouTube soon enough. So at this point, he figured he would just stick it out and do all three.
It transitioned when my first video really popped off and it was like really getting popular, and I started uploading every single day. I was doing uni, I was doing a part-time job, and then but still making sure I uploaded every day. And I got my first pay when I joined an MCN, and it was like $2,000 or something. I was like, this is way more than I earn at Tesco's.
With that realization though, Dan knew that YouTube definitely could be his future, and he was excited to see where it would lead. But the journey wouldn't always be smooth, and soon he would find himself in his first bit of controversy, but honestly, nothing compared to what he got himself into with Mr. Beast just recently. Besides the point though, because throughout this whole time, he and Gemma stayed together, and they got married in March of 2013. It was during this time that his channel actually exploded, and when he returned from the honeymoon, Dan began to seriously consider this as his full-time job. It was actually the few series after this return that ultimately began to cement the Diamond Minecart as one of the biggest Minecraft YouTube channels of all time. Diamond Dimensions, mod showcases, and more meant that his channel was growing bigger and bigger, but surprisingly, it was actually the characters within those mod showcases that became Dan TDM's most memorable thing. If you watched Dan growing up, just get ready for some serious nostalgia, because Dr. Trayaurus was introduced in May 2013, and Dan, combining his creativity with the character's popularity, began to post content where the two would interact with each other in-game, and the viewers loved it to say the very least.
There you are! Dr. Trayaurus, you're taking the actual mic right now. Don't just be hiding right— oh, what? You found a volcano? Well, show it to me. Dude, we need to be so careful right now. Dr. Trayaurus, don't make any stupid moves right now, okay? Don't make any stupid moves. Oh, no! Dr. Trayaurus! No!
However, despite his ever-increasing popularity, as his channel finally reached 100,000 subscribers in June of 2013, Dan still hesitated on doing this full-time.
The point of this video is, I hit 100,000 subscribers just yesterday. What the hell? That is absolutely incredible. I just want to thank you guys so much. It hasn't actually been that long. It's been less than a year. We're already at 100K. So here's to the next 100K. Yes.
At this point, he was nearly done with university and didn't want to quit that, and he was still holding on to his day job. But Gemma, seeing his channel's success and believing in her husband, encouraged him to take the jump and believe that YouTube could actually be the future. Luckily for him, it was the best decision that he could have made, as Dan's channel exploded, getting 10 or 20,000 subscribers every single day. He continued to upload every single day, and only 6 months later, he was making his 1 million subscriber video. But Dan, understanding how YouTube trends work, made sure that he began to diversify his content. He started to branch out into other games, wanting to make an actual name for himself rather than just being another creator who's popping one day and irrelevant the next. In doing so, Dan became recognized as not only a Minecraft YouTuber, but a personality within YouTube. He was a genuine guy who did his best to provide quality content every single day to his viewers. So of course, his channel continued to grow, and he even became the single most viewed channel on all of YouTube at one point. This insane success, of course, led him to sign with an MCN. These companies helped YouTubers develop their brands back in the day, because in the early stages of YouTube, the platform was way harder to monetize and actually make a career out of, so you needed these companies to help you. Dan TDM, Stampy, and even Yogscast all joined, and the MCN was actually picked up by Disney. The next year, Dan's biggest series began, of course named Custom Mod Adventures.
Is that him? What's he doing out there?
Yeah, that video has 58 million views, by the way. The mods were utilized to make a story-like narrative spanning over an entire year, and these characters were so popular that Dan was actually able to release graphic novels about the characters. The biggest one was called Traoris and the Enchanted Crystal in 2016, which spent 3 weeks on the top list of best-selling books. Crazier than that even though is that it reached the New York Times bestseller list for graphic novels for 11 straight weeks. His fans adored him and his content, and Dan's channel seemed as if it would keep growing forever. This was a true takeover. In October 2016, he won the Guinness World Record for most views for a dedicated Minecraft video channel, and he was also in Minecraft story mode and even had a role in the show Skylanders Academy. I mean, truly, you can't understate his impact. He was massive. But Dan had one issue that he ran into. He really wanted to connect with his fans on a more personal level and interact with them, and he found that there was an opportunity to utilize all of his characters and create a unique viewer experience, developing a live show that would eventually tour around the globe.
We started with 4 days. We did 4 days. I think it was Brighton. I can't even remember where else we did it. And then because it was so popular, we just kept going and going and going and going. And like almost 2 years later, we'd done the whole of America, Australia twice, the UK, pretty much everywhere.
In these shows, Dan and his characters would perform skits and tell stories side by side, with him directly interacting with them on the projector behind him. The shows were a massive success, and after he officially changed his YouTube branding to Dan TDM, he was about to go to what would eventually become his largest show yet.
The Dan TDM tour is finally coming to other countries, and we are starting in the awesome Australia with a very special 4 different performances at the Sydney Opera House. It's gonna be insane.
You saw the Sydney Opera House. Is that right? You were in the Sydney Opera House?
Yeah, 4 times.
Oh yeah, just 4 times. Yeah.
Yeah, we did 4 shows of it. That was probably one of my favorites. Like, that is such an iconic venue.
Yeah.
If you ask someone to name the most iconic live venues in the world, that's got to be in someone's top 3 every time.
Sydney Opera House felt like a dream come true for Dan. For many people, it's a venue that they can only dream of performing at, let alone selling out completely like Dan was able to. A lot of times though, it's at the height of a career that a major controversy might come out. But that's the thing. Dan only really experienced one small piece of backlash against him in his entire 15-year career, until of course recently. In January 2017, Dan posted a video called "This Egg Cost Me $150, where he purchased a Hatchimal that didn't do the one thing it was advertised to do, which is hatch. Disappointed but still wanting to see what was in it, Dan decided the best thing to do would be to take a hammer and break it open.
Look how much of a dent that didn't make. Oh my goodness, this better not break after spending so much money on it. Right, here we go. The money shot. Huh? Yeah! Yeah! Correct, Hatchimal! This is what you get for not opening, you piece of...
But it was when he set it on fire that some people actually got mad and tried to call him out for it.
This is crazy! Oh my goodness, I kind of want to keep all the fur on though. What? What is going on?
Now, he did technically put his fair share of warnings on the video, but Dan still got a surprising amount of hate for such a small thing. A bunch of articles came out claiming that he was influencing his young audience to set things on fire, and also called for YouTube to take the video down entirely. Dan, smartly enough, didn't even comment on the situation when it was getting blown up out of proportion, and he waited actually 6 years to address it at all, where he mostly dismissed it just as exactly what we said, being blown completely out of proportion.
Shall I finally talk about this? I think it's safe to say we could talk about this from the 23rd of January 2017. That was how long ago? Almost 5 years ago. That's crazy. Right, I need to get someone. This is Pinky right here, and got me in a lot of trouble.
Up until this point, Dan had been doing everything on his channel himself. Crazy enough, but he was doing the editing, the thumbnails, and everything else. But in May, he finally realized that it might be too much work for him and began hiring new people to help him scale to bigger and better heights than ever before. One of the new things he started with his free time was a series called Dan TDM Creates a Big Scene that was made exclusively for YouTube Red, which, if you don't know, is now known to everyone as YouTube Premium. It was a massive success, and he once again was able to take his creativity to a new level. He'd opened doors to his characters, and it allowed fans to see behind the scenes of his live shows that were so popular.
This is our dressing room. Hey look, it's Trioris. Say hi, buddy. Hey, be nice.
By November of that year, Dan had visited nearly 100 different venues with his show, which is honestly just crazy for a Minecraft YouTuber turning their characters into a show and going that big. Dan was always very open with his audience as well, but with this came some big issues. Fans would come to his house or travel hundreds of miles just to leave things in his mailbox. At one point, the stalking became so bad that he and his wife actually had to move for their own safety as people began to light fireworks outside his home just as a funny prank.
We've had to move because people have found like where we live, but then there's people that would like drive their kids hundreds of miles to my front door and post things through my letterbox, sell fireworks outside my house. That kind of crazy stuff that you just never thought you'd ever have to deal with.
On January 5th of 2020, after a few days of not posting content, he surprised his audience by announcing that he was now a father. He apologized for being gone from YouTube, but because of the insanely strong community he had built over years and years of posting, most were just happy to see him living his life and winning in every way.
I'm a dad now. On the 5th of January, my amazing wife Gemma, she gave birth to our beautiful little boy. So yeah, I've had my hands pretty full.
On February 11th though, it seemed like his legendary career might be coming to an end. He posted a video titled Retiring from YouTube, where he discusses that for the first time in his career, he'd actually be slowing down on content creation. To him, it was finally time to let his creativity shine through in the videos, wanting to escape the YouTube mentality he'd been in for over 10 years at that point. However, Dan later opened up about the struggles that he faced. He discovered shortly after the birth of his second son that he was struggling with postnatal depression. To make matters worse, COVID-19 completely destroyed what he had going on in his life, and Dan was unsure if he'd ever be able to find his way out back to where he was.
You need to perform to an extent in a YouTube video because you need to be enjoying the game, but when you're not feeling that at all, like you're not feeling happy or positive at all, trying to do that is really difficult. Like you're almost like faking it, and I don't want to do that for videos. It's just something I don't want to do. I don't want to ever fake a reaction or fake being excited for something. It's just not something I want to do and enjoy. So that was a really, really tough point in my life.
And a bit later on, he went even more into detail.
I got severely depressed. Like, we had a newborn, new parents, so that was a challenge, but we also had COVID hit when he was 3 months old, so we couldn't see anyone. We were locked in our house. It was an awful time, and mentally that took a massive toll on me, and I ended up severely depressed, severely low mood. To be honest with you, I almost didn't make it out. It was getting that bad, but luckily I found the strength to go to my doctor, get it sorted out, find the help, and I eventually went on medication for it, which I was on for about a year, and I came out the other side feeling pretty good.
He began to feel better, but that feeling came back in 2020, prompting Dan to discuss it once again. This time though, he was able to recognize it early and get it solved, not falling for band-aid solutions, but truly fixing the root. He continued with the slower but higher quality uploads, allowing himself to spend more time with his family and really make the videos good rather than just forcing out videos daily like he used to. Fans felt like this might all be leading into a sort of semi-retirement and thought if that was the case, it was a well-deserved one. Even after all of these years online, he'd never really gotten himself in any real drama, and most were happy that he seemed to be doing better mentally than he was. But in a massive shock to fans, Dan quietly did not quit YouTube and made a new channel named Dan and Trey, where we saw the familiar and legendary face of Dr. Treyorus make a return in 2024.
Hey, I'm Dan. This is my buddy Treyorus, or Trey for short, and this is the lab. Now, we've been doing this for quite some time. This was our old lab back in 2013. We've had a lot of memories here. Good times. Really good times.
As of this video's recording that you're watching now, there are only 2 videos uploaded to the channel, so no one knows exactly what Dan has planned, but with the rise of kids content, who knows the heights that he could take this to. However, it seems that even Dan can't resist some drama in a career lasting over 15 years. And on September 16th, just a couple weeks ago, he tweeted out a response to MrBeast, KSI, and Logan Paul's new product called Lunchly. The tweet went viral, and while most fans were supportive of Dan, Logan and KSI promptly made responses saying that he was a hypocrite, calling him out for selling toys to kids. KSI even went a further step though, making an entire video responding to the situation, saying the reason Dan was a hypocrite is because he was sponsored by Munchpak in the past, which apparently was no different from Lunchly, claiming that Dan was selling junk food to his impressionable young audience, which was just as bad as them making the product. Logan, however, didn't go quite that far and just replied in a tweet. Though despite all this, most people seem to agree that this product MrBeast, Logan, and KSI are selling is just simply awful and way worse than anything Dan has done during his career. Many popular YouTubers, because of this, quickly came to Dan TDM's defense, which was nice to see. Overall, Dan TDM's career is one of the rare ones. His genuine attitude and willingness to be open with his audience has earned him fans for life no matter what he's posting or where he's posting. Similarly to Hermitcraft, who took SMP content to a whole new level and really got us to where we are today. Hermitcraft is one of the biggest SMPs in all of Minecraft history, but what is the entire story of it and how did it come to be? Well, let's take a look back.
What's going on, everyone?
Hello! Around April 2012, Generic B starts up Hermitcraft, but it's much different than the mega-based prank war viral SMP we know it as today. Generic B wanted it to be like the then popular Minecraft SMP, so we got a few friends and it was ultra casual, just friends playing Minecraft. Quickly though, it would change because the first official season of Hermitcraft, Season 1, introduced a full group of creators. 26 of these creators posted videos on the SMP, which of course started getting some traction. For some reason though, a creator named Sokar was on the SMP and just didn't post. At this time, not everybody who played was a full-time YouTuber, and it was just very casual, posting videos for fun. I mean, most of the people didn't even post 40 videos before giving up on Hermitcraft and the idea that it could ever be more than it currently was. This would continue to be a theme that we'll see later on. Inconsistency and creators leaving has almost crumbled Hermitcraft numerous times. Other creators also started questioning it a lot and didn't believe in it, but it was fun, so they just kept playing it. As players got more consistent, we hit the very first of many roadblocks. The server was corrupted and they all had to start from absolute square one once again. On the restart of Hermitcraft, we saw the creators get more serious about building the first mega bases. But you do gotta remember, this was 2013, so these mega bases were absolutely nothing compared to what we see on Hermitcraft to this day. But in comparison to the average Minecraft player in 2013, Hermitcraft was way ahead of the league, having some of the craziest builds ever seen in the game. Season 1 lasted over a year, at about 14 months, and would actually be the start of trolling and pranks on Hermitcraft. A creator named I Am Spoon started pranking around, but as Season 1 ended, so would I Am Spoon's career on YouTube. He was accused of abuse and also said the N-word, so there he goes. Generic B, who founded Hermitcraft, decided to leave from the server, and that was why Season 1 had officially ended. Funny enough, Generic B left to join Minecraft, which as we said is the reason he began Hermitcraft in the first place. Minecraft was running the scene at this time, with some of the biggest creators out there playing on it, so the decision didn't make sense at the time, but would come back to bite Generic B later on. Zumavoid was given given control of the server when Generic B left, and Hermitcraft was starting to actually grow with the creators in it. With that, it became a lot less casual, and they realized it had potential to blow up and dominate the SMP scene. Going into season 2 and 3, they stopped letting randoms join and only let in established YouTubers. I Am Spoon left the servers after the accusations, and in his place, Mumbo Jumbo joined. An absolutely huge move for the Hermits at this time. Mumbo had 150,000 subs at this time, so he brought in a whole new viewer base. iJevin, False Symmetry, Zombie Cleo, Tango Tech, Tinfoil Chef, and XP Crafted also all joined the server when Mumbo Jumbo did, so you can see just how much it was already scaling after the first season. King Happy was one of the weirdest cases though, posting 11 videos and then just vanishing off of YouTube and Hermitcraft. Into season 2 and 3, Hermitcraft started being known for the mega bases, and they started looking a bit better than they did at the start. Now, as I said, Minecraft did end up being a really bad move for Generic B, seeing as in the upcoming year, it would completely crumble into nothingness, leaving Hermitcraft to blow up in its place. Pretty funny, I know. The members that were left on Minecraft joined Hermitcraft, which was just crazy good for the SMP's growth. Ethos Lab and Dockim77 were the most notable, and they played it really well. They both did collabs with Hermits before the official switchover, so fans were expecting it and excited for it. Python GB and Impulse SV also joined, and Impulse was known for his absolutely insane farms right away on Hermitcraft. Season 3 was looking to be absolutely insane, but really wouldn't go to plan at all. Zombie Cleo and Joe Hills left at the very start due to IRL issues that came up. Other members midway through the season just stopped playing much or making any videos because of Ark Survival's release, which took their focus. Though it wasn't as bad for Hermitcraft as a soon upcoming season would be, because by the end of season 3, they got back into the swing of things with the creators that were still actively making the videos, and Hermitcraft started to really form a fan base. Hermitcraft even hosted the SMP panel at Minecon 2016, which just blew them up even more. Soon after 3, season 4 was started to keep their forward momentum. Iskelman, Good Times with Scar, and many others also joined the server for season 4's start, which as we know was always good for getting more viewers. Hermitcraft Recap was also started, made by fans, and it even says that in the name, made by fans for fans. This channel is actually still going to this day, and I mean the dedication there is crazy. Hermitcraft was of course separate from other content SMPs for a lot of reasons, but one big one was just the pure skill from the creators. From farms to redstone and of course the building, the creators were just really good at the game. Not to mention they started adding group events and started forming storylines, which just got viewers hooked. I must admit though, Biffa 2001 really carried the storyline of season 4. Biffa was trying to get every single item in the game, which also meant every player head. So players ended up building full-on bunkers to hide away from him, because the only way to get the player head is to kill the player. The Log Fellas was also created in season 4, made by Zumavoid and Rendog. This got on the nerves of Mumbo Jumbo because he had made community tree farms that everybody could use for free. So the fact that they started a paid wood market led him to start the Secret Sapling Society, which was an underground market for wood of his own. The lore was expanding to say the least, and the Log Fellas were put to trial and eventually overturned, making all the servers wood free once again. Biffa, by the way, ended the season failing his mission to get every player head. Now, this season was good, almost too good, because fans' expectations really started to rise. They saw the improvements and they wanted more. Season 5 was ready to go, but the adpocalypse of YouTube completely ruined it. Half the creators this season just vanished, assuming YouTube was done as being a valid career option at all. The others tried their best, but the season just wasn't all that great. However, the Hermits made sure their fans had videos to watch. Season 5 though did have a huge UHC style war, which helped it maintain viewers along with the craziest builds we'd seen from Hermitcraft yet. With the start of season 6 though, we can truly say that this was the start of Hermitcraft's rise to the top. Only one person joined to start season 6, which might seem a bit odd, but this one person would change the SMP forever. That one person was Grian, who would lead the charge into the most successful period for Hermitcraft ever seen. Season 6's launch nearly doubled its previous popularity record, and Grian's first video on the server became the most viewed Hermitcraft video ever posted, with now over 11 million views. Grian also started building the Grian Monument, which is still just insane to this day. With all of this success, the Hermits got very motivated and just started posting more and playing more than ever before. Sawrez, Ariosaur11, and many other fan channels were being made, just adding to the takeover of Hermitcraft. All of the Hermits now had years of Minecraft and YouTube experience, so they made better videos, which of course would lead to more viewers. Not only that, but the fact that they had playlists on their channels and all made videos made an infinite amount of super bingeable content for fans. Even better news for Hermitcraft Season 6 was that Fortnite had just released. Well, wouldn't that be bad? it would take the attention away? Well, no. They stuck with Minecraft while a ton of other creators would leave for Fortnite, so they took over all of the audience still on Minecraft. And the best news of all, Green would carry the server back to its roots of pranks, lost after I Am Spoon's career came to a timely ending. Green started a huge tag game, and there were also some minigames being built. Of course, that was never the focus though, we had Stampy for the minigames. Which, by the way, I do have a full video about Stampy's entire Lovely World story. If you want to check that out after this video, feel free. Cubfin135 won that season's main minigame though, which was a phantom hunting game. He was known to grind anything and everything for concerning amounts of hours. The pranks and challenges would go ahead and lead into the legendary Season 6 Prank War, one of the biggest events ever seen for the Hermits. It all started because of Green, as most pranks do. Green went to trap Mumbo Jumbo in an obsidian cage while he was AFK at his base, and Green also got Iskall to help him out with the trap. Poultryman then was also created. He was Green's alter ego to prank and remove all the self-imposed rules he would normally have. Just a lawless prankster of the SMP. Many pranks followed the first on Mumbo Jumbo, and two teams soon formed. We had the G team of Green, Iskall, and Zombie Cleo. Yeah, she's back now. Also Tango Tech, Joe Hill, Stress Monster, and iJevin. The other team was Team Star with False Symmetry, Rendog, Doc M, Impulse, Zuma Void, and Wells Knight. Mumbo Jumbo was in the middle as he just wanted to expand his in-game empire and stay out of pranks as a whole. Pretty surprising though, considering the start of the war was Green pranking him, but Mumbo was always pretty peaceful. Soon enough though, Green being close with Mumbo Jumbo got him to be a mole for the G team so that he could find out secrets about Team Star. Green named it the G team because, quote, all the members had G in their name, which, I mean, I don't see any failures in the logic there. The war lasted absolutely forever and was super good content, but it needed an ending at some point. So they decided to play Capture the Flag to settle it once and for all. As they built up their insane bases to protect their flag, Mumbo Jumbo was caught as the mole and officially joined the G team. They spent weeks building their bases for the game of Capture the Flag, and when it actually came to the day, Green ended up at the very last second going invisible and capturing the Team Star flag to win it all. The prank war ended coming into 2020, which was the comeback of Minecraft from PewDiePie and Dream, once again allowing Hermitcraft to reach its newest peak of viewership. The pandemic also of course helped Hermitcraft because viewers had nothing else to do. With a whole prank war to catch up on, viewers binged more videos than they ever had before. In Season 7, the turf war took place, and Hermitcraft was much more than just an SMP for fans to watch. They were truly deep into the storyline now. Mycelium Resistance and the Hermitcraft Environmental Protection were the two teams formed in this turf war. Green led the Mycelium Resistance, and after minigames to end off the season, they ended up winning the war. Green was now 2-0 as the leader of teams in server wars. Viewership was still strong at this point, and Hermitcraft was doing just great. Going into Season 8, it was fully about the shopping district. We saw the Empire form because Evil Zuma joined, the alter ego of Zuma, who was there to destroy the entire server. And Season 8 is where we really started to see the storytelling of Hermitcraft come to life, because randomly one day, the Hermits would notice that every day the moon was growing. Everyone had theories as to why the moon was growing, and cults started to form. It played out fairly normally for the whole season until the Hermits all tried to escape Earth, but the entire world was completely destroyed. Ending the season on that crazy cliffhanger, just nailing in the story of Hermitcraft. Season 9 was the most recent season, and it started and goes very normally. Although Hermitcraft sees a dip in viewership as it's just not as hype as it once was. I mean, there's so much content out there now, it's mostly just true fans that are still watching Hermitcraft. I must say though, there's a lot of the true fans still. But with that being said, something really odd just happened. All the Hermits around episode 50 of Season 9 just went silent, starting a brand new SMP known as Secret Life. In Secret Life, you only have 3 lives across the entire thing, 30 hearts on each live, but you can't regen hearts. I mean, it's an interesting SMP, but it's kind of weird it started out of the blue, and fans are super curious if Hermitcraft is going to return. Or maybe this is the new SMP once and for all. Seeing as most, if not all, Hermits moved to this series on their YouTubes, it could be the end of Hermitcraft. Or just a break. Only time will tell what we'll see from Hermitcraft, but it's no doubt one of the staples in Minecraft content.
Along with Unspeakable, who truly was the new wave of kids content in Minecraft before everything went wrong in the newest modern era. 12 years ago, Unspeakable was a broke teenager with no career aspirations or a life plan. Fast forward to 2024 and he's worth over $28 million, has a combined following of 40 million subscribers on YouTube alone, owns multiple businesses, and is insanely successful. But how
did this seemingly ordinary kid go from owning nothing to having more money than you could spend in a lifetime? To answer that question, we need to go way back to December 5th, 1997, when Unspeakable was born. Born Nathan Johnson Graham in Houston, Texas, Unspeakable's childhood was nothing out of the ordinary. He grew up with both of his parents, had a loving family, and always looked back on his childhood in a good light with some good memories. Growing up, Nathan quickly fell in love with one main thing: video games. He started out by playing Pokemon on his Game Boy and would always ask for the latest games for his birthday or for Christmas. He also loved creating and making things in his free time. Whether it was the latest Lego set or an adventure outdoors, if there was room for his mind to wander, Nathan was on board. He was even in the Boy Scouts, always wanting to improve, explore, and create. His creativity was so strong from an early age that he was actually able to transform an RC car that he received from his dad into a fully functioning RC boat. This passion for innovation led Nathan to create videos about Lego in his spare time. At this time, he had no intention of sharing these videos with anyone besides himself. He was literally just creating for fun. However, when he was 13 years old, everything would change for young Nathan as he discovered YouTube.com. Now, prior to 2012, YouTube wasn't massive at all on gaming videos because the algorithm favored search and suggested videos over watch time. However, in 2012, this was changed and the algorithm began to favor videos with the highest watch time, allowing for more and more gaming channels to absolutely blow up and dominate the platform. And they weren't even good videos, no offense, but they were not at all what you're used to seeing from gaming videos today. I mean, look at this video that got over 5 million views back then.
Yeah, so rather than building a house, I think I'm just gonna dig a hole in the ground for like a station.
It was also around this time that Minecraft was released, and while it was a much more archaic version of what we all play today, it still became a hit overnight, and everyone, including Nathan, was playing it. This was a match made in heaven for Nathan. He loved to create videos, he loved to play Minecraft, and now there was a platform that allowed him to share his content publicly, and the platform itself was favoring gaming content more than ever before. So, coming into 2012, Unspeakable's first channel, Mr. Gaming 1000, was born. However, after uploading only 3 Minecraft videos, Nathan decided to shut down the channel for good, simply because he thought that the name was stupid.
Now, if you're watching this like a year later, sorry.
Was that a voice crack? In its place, he created Unspeakable Gaming in November of 2012, and this would be his ticket to success. Nathan would start diligently creating videos every single day. His content focused mainly on Survival Island episodes, and while he did find some success, these first few videos didn't exactly go viral.
Good time to rack up all your armor and swords right here and just, I don't know, delete the file or delete the world, whatever.
However, coming up into 2013, he posted a video titled Island Sprint Parkour, which actually got several thousand views in the first few days, which, I mean, then was absolutely huge. Nathan was finally starting to break through and find the success that he'd been hoping for. And as Nathan posted more and more Minecraft videos, his channel continued to snowball. Because he was just so passionate about creating content, he would work 7 days a week, uploading a video every single day without any kind of expectation for a financial return. He loved what he was doing, and it really came across in his videos. As he created more, the quality of his videos also improved. The edits got better, the storylines of the videos themselves got better, and even Nathan's personality became more tailored to his audience, making the videos that much better and more entertaining. By the 11th grade, now being 17 years old, Nathan experienced his first huge milestone, reaching 100,000 YouTube subscribers, an accomplishment that he never thought was possible.
Alright guys, we have just hit an absolutely insane milestone, 100,000 subscribers. You can probably see a screenshot or a little image on your screen. I want to thank you guys so much for all your incredible support from the very first couple subscribers.
And I really want to hit 100,000 subscribers too, so if you could drop a sub to this channel, I would greatly appreciate it. But back to the video, because for Nathan, this was his sign that he could finally take this idea of running a YouTube channel full time. And so, with the small amount of money he'd earned on his videos, he invested in his his setup, building a brand new computer which could handle heavier editing software and more playtime. Going all in on the channel proved majorly successful, and it almost seemed like in the blink of an eye, 100,000 subscribers doubled, then tripled, with thousands of new Minecraft fans and players finding Unspeakable's channel every single day. However, this success did not come without any consequences. You see, Nathan at this point was paying zero attention to high school. He didn't do his homework, he didn't study for exams, and he barely got enough sleep to function, often working on his videos until 3 in the morning to churn out that daily content. This though started to annoy his parents, and it was clear that if his YouTube channel didn't work out, Nathan would have absolutely no backup plan. After all of the bad grades and failed classes, college was now not even an option. But he did not care at all. Creating videos was his passion, and he knew that he could make it work. It was around this time that Nathan also would meet his first girlfriend, Kayla, who would go on to feature in hundreds of his videos before they parted ways in 2019.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and
if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and leave a like on this video, and leave a comment down below what was your favorite part of the video, and you could not keep up with that yet. Get on the ground!
When he wasn't at high school, Nathan also started flying out to different gaming and YouTube conventions to meet up with other content creators. It was actually at this time that he met some lifelong friends like Shark and Moosecraft.
Some bookshelves. Yeah, I got you. Take all this.
Bam.
Take all this.
That's a lot of.
Despite paying zero attention to his studies, Nathan was able to graduate high school with passing grades. But more important to him at this time was the fact that he hit his next huge YouTube milestone, being 1 million subscribers. This was a huge turning point in Unspeakable's life and career because it meant that he could focus all of his energy on content creation, safe in the knowledge that he could actually make this work out long term as his job. This channel was also making decent money at this point, and after graduating, Nathan decided to purchase a house in Dallas, Texas, to move in with a group called the Proper Idiots, a team of creators consisting of Unspeakable, Aviator Gaming, Moose, Jobless Garrett, Rye Guy Rocky, The Burt Dude, Megan Plays, and Jable.
Today we're gonna go try something at Burger King. Let's do it.
The plan was that by living together, the group could create a lot more content and grow their channels quicker. However, for reasons we don't exactly know, but likely because he wanted to focus on his personal brand, Nathan later decided to leave this team, and with no reason to stay in Dallas now, he made the move back to Houston. Houston, of course, being his hometown. At this point, Unspeakable Gaming was growing rapidly, gaining thousands of subscribers a day and making Nathan a lot of money. As a result, he felt it was the right time to expand his reach through new channels and a merchandise line. He started things off with a merchandise line selling hats, sweaters, and t-shirts out of his parents' garage. On the first day, he sold 100 units, hand packing and fulfilling every single order. However, the store soon proved too popular for Nathan to manage things on his own, so he got the help of his mom, who helped him to fulfill orders and keep operations running smoothly behind the scenes. She now actually manages the merchandise line along with several other employees. Coming in then to 2016, Nathan created his second active channel, Unspeakable. The purpose of this channel was to create real-life vlogs and challenge-style content. This channel was much more personal and helped Nathan to connect and relate to his fans on a way deeper level than before.
I am so excited to start this very first video on the brand new channel, guys. You have no idea how excited I am for this first video on a brand new channel, on a brand new journey to real life content.
Dozens of the challenges that Nathan has posted on this channel went viral like nothing he'd created before. His overnight candy store challenge, for instance, has surpassed over 85 million views.
It's too much, bro.
What?
It's too much. Too much sugar, too much cavities, too much everything.
And if you don't know how YouTube works, that's a lot of money. This channel has since become Unspeakable's main YouTube channel, having over 17 million subscribers. And a year later, after the IRL channel was launched, another channel, Unspeakable Plays, was created. This channel became the new home of Nathan's gaming content, focusing mainly on Minecraft as well as other popular games like Roblox. At the time of making this video, the channel has almost 8 million subscribers.
This is actually good. No. Go back to wherever you came from. This is actually good.
This is actually good because I actually need more cobblestone.
And that's right, he made a lot of those videos with his friends Moose and Shark like we talked about earlier. October of 2017 though saw the launch of ASWDFZXCVBHGTYYN. Yeah, not exactly the catchiest username of all time. This was actually the first channel that didn't feature unspeakable branding and instead focused on a made-up character called ASWD, who was basically just a Minecraft idiot who loved fish. This channel, while pretty hilarious, wasn't nearly as successful as his others, and he hasn't uploaded a video on it since 2021. With that being said though, it still managed to get him another Gold YouTube Award, reaching 1 million subscribers. Later in 2018, Nathan launched his Chasecraft channel, which was dedicated to playing on the Minecraft server that he ran. The server was built to act as a hub for all of Nathan's fans to play together, and while there's been basically no uploads on the channel in the last year, the server itself is still pretty popular and no doubt making him some nice money.
Welcome to Chasecraft. You know me, Unspeakable, for my extremely good parkour.
Chasecraft also allowed viewers to find content of Unspeakable that was nowhere else, so of course, fans were hooked. Along with that, and seeing the success of his vlog style content, Nathan next released Unspeakable Studios in 2020. This channel first focused on behind the scenes and previously unseen content. Nowadays, the channel mainly posts challenge videos that have a bit more of a slow pace, sometimes being extended cuts. Around this time, Nathan also started growing his more mature social media presence, mainly through Instagram Reels. He often hosts Q&As, shows behind the scenes content, and offers fans an even more personal insight into his daily life. He's even been showing off some of his revenue and a deep dive into his career on YouTube.
How much did I make on YouTube on holidays? Days I was not working at all. December 25th, Christmas Day, we gained 3.2 million views, 349,000 watch time hours, 6,000 subscribers, and we made $11,300.
The original channel, Unspeakable Plays, was then renamed Unspeakable Reacts, becoming the home of his reaction style content. His final channel, at least to this day, Blueprint, was launched in 2023. This was a podcast style channel where he and his cameraman Cedric talk about the best and worst parts of YouTube. This channel only has 70,000 subscribers, largely because it's not an entertainment style channel. Rather, it's dedicated to helping people build their own businesses and is educational rather than just entertaining. Over the last couple of years, Nathan has really started to lean into this Blueprint brand, even creating a site called the Blueprint University. Like the podcast YouTube channel, this site is focused on helping new entrepreneurs scale their online business, and it's a way to learn about marketing, social media management, and scaling from Nathan Unspeakable himself. He sells a few courses that are fairly expensive, as well as a monthly membership to the university, which costs about $50 per month. He hasn't disclosed any actual information regarding the amount of people who use this platform. However, it's very possible that he's making tens of thousands every month from this website alone. And thanks to all this success, Nathan now enjoys a life of insane luxury. His net worth is estimated to be about $28.5 million, making him one of the richest Minecraft YouTubers ever. And it's safe to say that he loves to indulge in the more expensive side of life. His garage, for instance, consists of a McLaren Senna, a Lamborghini Aventador SV, a McLaren 720S, a McLaren 600 LT, and a Mercedes G63, just to name a few. You'll frequently see him wearing watches worth tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars in his videos. He even owns a gigantic mansion, fitted with an indoor basketball court and a movie theater, just to name a couple of amenities. His gaming setup is also a work of art. Being able to see his work setup in some of his Instagram Reels, it's clear that he's reinvested his money where he thought was most important, especially with his cars like we mentioned. Ultimately, Unspeakable is the perfect example of just how far hard work and dedication can take you. This guy isn't even 30 years old, yet he has more money in his bank account than 99.9% of the population ever will even see. And the craziest part of it all is that it all started by him just playing Minecraft. And despite his insane wealth, Nathan is still posting videos on YouTube super consistently. So many other content creators would have retired by now, and he definitely could have, but Nathan's passion for content creation extends beyond just having money, and he has no intention of stopping anytime soon. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you click the one that just popped up on screen, because I promise you'll love it even more. Thank you so much for watching.